welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics, and today, Davis, tell them what we're reading, tell them where they can find us, and, just be funny. I don't know.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Idiots Reading Comics. This week, it's episode 180. We're going to read The Winds of Numa Sera. As always, tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to Two Idiots Read talk about comics. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts because, everybody wants to listen to dumbasses talk about nonsense for 30 to an hour.
I do it a lot.
As always, let's get into it.
Big news. I've canceled a lot of subscriptions.
Ooh, okay, do tell.
During our last episode, I almost spoiled it and gave up something that we could talk about this episode. When I gave my personal recommendation, I said it was slow and maybe I'll go back to finish that Scavenger's Reign on Max. I've canceled my Max, so I probably won't actually do that. But
what was Scavenger's Reign?
It's another animated show, but it's a sci-fi. It's really good.
I got you.
But if anyone's ever seen those Caleb Hammer videos, where he just sits down and does financial audits on people, and made me go, I'm in a lot of credit card debt. Maybe I should take a look at my spending habits.
It's like I'm not doing the best here. Let's take a look.
Yeah, and it wasn't great. It would explain why I haven't been able to pay it down.
Was he on a movie or a show or something? He looks so familiar.
I mean, he looks a little Joshish from Drake and Josh, if I'm being honest.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. But talking about your subscriptions, what are you down to then?
My parents have Netflix, so I have that. Even though I can't watch it on the TV at my house, I have to watch it on my iPad or my phone.
Okay.
And because they have this thing now where if it's not your account, you have to you have to be on that home Wi-Fi. But if you're on a mobile,
it doesn't count. Like Hulu Live. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that.
Yeah, Hulu Live does that.
I kept Spotify just because being able to listen to any song you want at any moment is worth it to me.
Yeah.
All the stuff for the podcast obviously.
Well, of course.
And then my Amazon is still yearly, back to when it just used to be $99 a year.
Yeah.
And I think I did look it up, and it's August, somewhere in August, so I have a good chunk of time. I was like, well, no. I mean, even if I did cancel, I think I'd have it through August, but I can address that when I get there.
And Amazon's kind of one of those that's like, it's not just the streaming service that you're getting out of it.
Free 2-day shipping.
Yeah, 2-day shipping.
Other stuff.
Discounts every now and then, deals, Prime Day. I mean, Amazon one. I'm okay with that one.
Yeah, and it's not monthly. I just have to make sure I have the $130 or whatever it is now in August, which is my birthday month. So usually I do, but but no. One of the things is if you got money on a credit card and no emergency savings fund, why do you have subscriptions? And so I went through and I was like, there's really only one show that I'm watching at a time. And so that's my plan, is to if a show that I really like is about to come out on a different, probably whenever the next Marvel or Star Wars thing comes out on Disney Plus, okay, I'll go subscribe to that. And then as soon as it's over, unsubscribe again.
Yeah. And
just stream hop instead of paying for all of them at the same time.
Yeah. So we pay for we pay for HBO Max.
Yeah.
Or Max.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix and Paramount Plus. That's the streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped paying for Spotify years ago because all I do is listen to podcasts, and we pay for SiriusXM, but every year or so when they like, oh yeah, your payment's going up to $25, wife will call and be like, no, we're canceling, we're leaving, and they'll give you they'll come back and say,
Try not to do the thing I did last time because Davis has frozen up on me
instead, and so we do that every year. You lagged out. I lost you.
Oh yeah, you laid out on me too. So we'll just maybe we'll get it at
yeah.
You said every few years when Sirius goes up, you do something.
Yeah, they like we just cancel it, and then they call going, hey, well, what keep you there? And go, well, keep us at $6 a month, and they go, okay, yeah, sure, because they'd rather get something out of you than just straight up nothing. Which Netflix and those big guys don't do that.
Yeah, whatever.
So and then wife's folks have Hulu Live, so that gets us Hulu, Disney, and ESPN.
Yeah.
And then I have my Audible subscription, which I'm in the field so much I listen to nonstop books all the time.
I did keep Crunchyroll just because One Piece is constantly coming out.
And then Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
But I saw a thing the other day. It was like on Disney, it was their price is going up like
it's about to be $25.
Yeah, it's about
to just be a flat $20.
Yeah, if
you I had the bundle though.
Yeah, was it the bundles going to $20?
Yeah, because mine was already $18.99, and I had the Disney, Hulu, ESPN Plus.
ESPN. Yeah. But you get Spectrum, so you already got ESPN, right?
I mean, I have Spectrum Wi-Fi, and then I have YouTube TV. So
you got YouTube TV, that's right.
But ESPN Plus gets you like all the games they don't show on TV. So like if you're, it comes in to watch super clutch during college baseball and boring college basketball games that don't make it to TV.
But what about like watching, say, Alabama at the 6:30 or Auburn at the 6:30 ESPN game? I mean, just watch it on YouTube. Yeah, you just watch it on YouTube. TV. Okay, I got you now.
Yeah.
My folks were up when I had ESPN on, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, on SEC Network, so and so's playing. How do you get that?" And I just turned on the ESPN app and went to the game.
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, you got to go scroll and find it." And it was already on, and my dad was like, "I think he's figured it out."
He's lived here how long? Like, what do you?
It's doing? Like I think he's figured out how to use the app a lot smoother than the TV. But where I was going with that, I saw where Disney, like because of their price hike, is going to like it's like a 70% increase in the last like 3 years. It's the biggest, it's the largest jump, like largest percentage jump out of all the streaming services. And the quality of their stuff is one, you're either watching old movies, TV shows, which if you're just nostalgic and you watch something cool, or watch Star Wars, or you've got kids that you're showing your old stuff to, or cartoons, like baby cartoons, stuff like that. And then your only new content is 3 movies a year, maybe, and 2, maybe 3 series in a year. Yeah, I mean, and that's even including Star Wars. I'm talking about the Star Wars, the Marvel, all of it. Like, you're looking at maybe 3 series in a year that are all trending down in quality. Like, yes, Loki just popped off.
Loki was good.
But Loki popped off, and it's an oddball. It's like, oh, well, there's Loki. And then the Marvels movie come out, and everybody's like, well, there goes that again.
And Loki...
It's just so fucking up and down.
I don't know if you finished Loki yet, but...
I haven't even started the first episode.
Well, if they wanted
my plan for Arizona is to, like, I'm gonna hook my computer up at night to the TV and just, like, turn on an episode and just watch.
Well... If they wanted to, Loki could end the multiverse saga. If they really wanted to,
like he could come back and like
that's all this multiverse stuff that didn't really work out that well.
Yeah,
this could be I wouldn't say satisfying ending. It could be an upbeat of an ending
they could just say, like,
where they're just like, all right, we're not messing with multiverse stuff anymore.
Like, now we're going to transition to
now it's about
Fantastic
to be
Four,
Secret Wars,
Doom,
and
or
probably cancel the King movie altogether.
Yeah, which I saw a thing the other day. They're talking about already trying to find a Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Like, bring him in as as the next like big
which
bad.
They just announced Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
Where the fuck did that come from? That was out of left field.
I don't hate it. I know.
So we're gonna
John
get a little
Krasinski
kid.
People are gonna be mad.
Which kind of, when that came out, they were already saying Krasinski wasn't going to be the long term
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, they were already saying it, which sucked. Going with the Pedro being the lead, is he going to get a kid? Is he going to get we're going to have his children and him having to take them around like he's had to take around the last two.
The Fantastic Kids are in there.
But you know where I'm going with it. Like,
I know, yeah.
Mandalorian, he's running around with a kid. Last of Us, he's running around with a kid with special powers. And now Fantastic Four, he has his kids. He didn't run around with his kids again with special fantastic powers, which would be funny. I mean, that's just a comical. I would assume that the introduction of the new Fantastic. I hope that when they introduce them, they're already established characters in their right.
The Fantastic Four are like so in the comic book universe. They're just so like in the universe. They're famous people. So like it would be hard to do to be like. I mean, you could say like, yeah, people already know who they are because they're famous astronauts and scientists and shit. But it's just like, I don't think they should already have their powers kind of like they did Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man didn't even have his suit yet until like he had those goggles and hoodie. When he first came into the MCU.
You talking about Tom Holland's?
Yeah. Because it was like Stark that gave him a good suit.
Yeah. So we didn't even get to see his actual origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying you do want a Fantastic Four origin?
I don't think we have to do the whole... I don't think we have to do the whole origin thing. Maybe literally have them crashing out of space and be like, yeah, we ran in... And then maybe like a quick thing is like, family goes into... space, hits cosmic storm, crashes, lands, and it's all like, you know how basically any Batman movie nowadays is just like, here's the quick 1 minute segment of explaining the origin story you already know.
Because everybody already knows it. We don't need a whole movie on. Yeah. To me, we don't need a whole movie on explaining already what we already know.
Yeah, no, I think they should do that.
And I think maybe it was you and I talked about it one time, but like to me, or it works out in my head that the introduction of them to this world, since we have a multiverse going, is when they crash land. Everybody from like the 60s is like the adults are like, oh yeah, I remember these folks went to space back in the.
Yeah, you could also do it like that. It was like this random family that they came
60s and 70s, like, oh yeah, they went off to space, and all of a sudden
they're back.
They're back.
We thought they were just lost.
Yeah, which I mean, I think you and I must have talked about that or something. But
I mean, yeah, I think it's a good way.
But and then that way you go, okay, there's their story arc. They're already established. Here's their reintroduction.
Here's why they weren't here during the entire.
They're not just a multiverse.
I haven't seen the Marvels yet, but. Spoiler alert for the end credits scene.
Yeah, I've already seen it.
Where she sees Beast.
Yeah.
I haven't gone. I was probably going to go reluctantly go see it later this week, but.
Which my thing about that is like, okay, finally they're introducing them, but at the same time it's like that's not that big of a. Like that's where we're going to introduce Beast is in the Marvel cut. The Marvels.
We had to get people to come to this movie somehow.
Yeah. So in the Marvel's cutscene, we're going to drop Beast in. It's like, okay, this doesn't seem like it fits, but sure.
You could have just done it in the Deadpool movie that we're all really excited about.
Yeah. Or in the TV show, you could have slid in some characters.
Or in that multiversal movie that you did.
The multiversal movie.
Two of them that weren't that great.
Yeah, the multiverse movie that didn't do actually dick for the multiverse.
Yeah.
But other than introduce one new character.
Mm-hmm.
But either way,
so I'll be streamer hopping from now on.
I don't blame you. I mean, well, like I was saying, it's just getting, and then Netflix just getting on their high horse of, oh no, there will be no password sharing. It's like the whole reason people you're even still being bought or used.
Y'all ain't put out a whole bunch of good shit recently.
It's just because you're password sharing.
Yeah,
like they're having to buy shit from other streaming services to have content on their thing. Band of Brothers is an HBO owned series, is now on Netflix.
And the
Avatar,
other streamers are
which is Nickelodeon. Paramount sold it back to them. And it's just like,
and the other streamers are figuring out how hard it is to do this shit, and so they're having to license off their shit again to make money.
Right. So Netflix is back sitting there going, we'll buy it. We know what to do. We've been doing this.
We'll take a guaranteed hit right now.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 15 years. We'll take the 3 weeks of pop off and then hide it back again.
Yeah. But no, Winds of Numa Sera. Go ahead and credit some people.
Man. Created by Morgan Rosenblum and Johnny Handler. Art by Edward Petrovich, Eduardo Mello, Alessio Morani, Felipe Andrade, Andrade. Colors by Valentina Taddeo. Huh?
Andrade. Yeah. I only know that because there's a professional wrestler named Andrade.
Oh, okay. Colors by Valentina Taddeo. Letters by Ismail, in quotations, Nihad. Covers by Philip Cruz. Or Cruz, I don't know. Okay. And Dark Horse is the Dark Horse books. Well, it's Dark Horse books.
Interesting.
Which I've never seen at Dark Horse books before.
Me neither.
Interesting.
Does it have the Dark Horse logo?
Yeah, it's the knight, like a chess knight.
Yeah, like the one on Hellboy.
Yeah, looking to your left.
Interesting. Cool. Now I know where to start looking for other volumes.
Yeah. Which, spoiler, I have not seen. I haven't seen where there's another volume, another issue, nothing. Like, because I'll say it right now. I wanted to keep reading.
Okay, good. Well, that answers my question. My first question was, I was very curious on your take, because when I showed up to your house and you hadn't started reading it yet, you were deathly sick, and then you started to try to read it. And I don't know if it was you being sick or you not liking it, but you had a very not fun face.
Oh, no, it was definitely sick. Like, the whole time, like, I was reading it, like, I was just like, oh, fuck, like, please don't forget this, because I was just like, oh, God. Like, I was muscling through it because I was sick. You were there. I was trying to get it till we could read. I was just like, I was muscling through it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I really don't want, like, because of, like, an issue in, I'm like, I really don't want this to be, like, ruined.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick. And it's still even muscling through it, I am. Oh, this is making an early top 10 for me.
Yeah. I don't know what was up with me when we were picking books for this month, but I was like, I'm not really feeling superhero. Been reading a lot of fantasy novels, and I heard there's a good fantasy comic book, and we're gonna fucking read it. So,
hey, you're perfectly fine with me, man. I mean, shit, we've been hounding on Marvel and DC lately. I don't mind not reading them for a little while.
Yeah.
Plus, I like these indies. These indies are going good, and they're getting strong. And I mean, shit.
If these start getting the same numbers as the other ones do, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Although even Batman couldn't do shit for us last month.
Oh, what the fuck? Batman in the title?
I don't know.
I didn't even see what this week's did.
I think the second one did a little bit better. I did change up the title a little more.
Let's go see. I know this is out of context looking up, but
yes.
Either way, in the beginning, the first cover after you get through the title page of this, I'm there now. 13 and 18 views. Well, that was wonderful. Either way,
Yeah.
Once you get past a couple title pages, the first thing is history is written by the victors. Going back to last week when we were talking about Department of Truth, it's like there it is. All right, whose history book are you reading from this week?
And as a lot of Americans have come to figure out recently, yeah, we definitely change up history books.
What? I don't know where you're going with that.
Have you just seen anything about what they're teaching kids in school nowadays?
I've stopped paying attention because I'm really getting fucking tired of
my
like I've had to cut my Instagram use down a lot because I was getting just
and I send you so many of those.
I was just getting pissed off.
I send you so many of those. Like, I get so mad at this government.
Dude, there's one day I was like 3 days in the field and I hadn't like looked at anything on Instagram just because I just didn't want to get on there.
Probably like a million. I send a lot at one time.
It was just like I was just like this on the fucking Reels page.
You send me like 4 or 5 at a time. I'll go on like huge 2-hour benders where I'll send you like 30 at a time.
But
yeah.
So no, I know there has been apparently in England they're saying one of the kings
and brother-in-law are. I think they've already decided they're taking my nieces and nephews out of private school and putting them in. I won't say the name of the school, but you know where he went to. So
putting him in public school?
No, they're putting him in. No, they're tired of public school. They're putting him in private.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
the academy is what they call it. So,
but yeah, I saw something the other day. It's been a little while, and I'm not going to get it all correct, but apparently England is trying to say one of their kings was African. That the original race of England was African. They were black, dark of skin, and that was the original natives to England was dark of skin humans. And everybody's like, that's just not true. It's like that's just not true. Where England is located, dark of skin would not form. The pigmentation in your skin just would not become dark enough to say you're African or you are black or anything like that.
I mean, I don't know like ancient history like that. I know that at some point there was a great migration back when the world was mostly ice. I know that people say Africa is the birthplace of humanity, but I'm pretty sure England is and always has been very white. So
yeah,
I strictly worry about my own country and their bullshit. So
yeah, but either way, it's just it's just all of it. It's just rewriting history to hell. I mean, it's kind of the Department of Truth thing. It's like, all right, which history do you want to read this week? Which one do you want to pay attention to or understand or think is true? Or
the one that gets me because it's one we went through where we celebrate Thanksgiving, which is my favorite holiday, so I'm not bashing it, but like maybe at some point we were saying we were going to be friends with the Native Americans and that's why we came together and ate. But we do just breeze past all this terrible shit we did to the Native Americans.
Oh, well, yeah. What I think,
which is why people don't call it Columbus Day anymore. But
oh yeah, it's exactly why, because Columbus
it's Indigenous Peoples Day
was a very, very large piece of shit apparently.
Yeah,
but my thing is yes, what they did at the time was horrifying, but what they did at the time was status fucking quo.
Oh, like, yeah, for sure.
We're going to talk about the Spaniards that went into Mexico and the Central America and literally destroyed the richest empires in the entirety of the entire earth.
Yeah.
Destroyed the Aztecs. The Incas were as powerful as the Egyptians and the Romans but we don't talk. No, that's Central America. We ain't worried about them. But
yeah. Also, how are they going to make us feel guilty about what Spain did?
Exactly, because Spain, poor Spain. They're on hard times. Either way, but my thing is I was thinking about the other day. I was working in the field and just like tired, and that's like just thinking to myself. I'm like, the thoughts I'm having now, I can't post because I'm working, I'm doing stuff and everything. But all that, there is no hard times for people anymore. It's so we're so soft and in such a soft age that you can sit there and look back on and judge all of history.
Yeah.
And go, oh, well, this is a piece of shit, cancel them. This is a piece of shit, cancel them. Oh, this person was good in virtue signaling, so we're going to promote them. We can now sit there and just fucking tee off.
Good thing we have a new world war about to happen. So,
God almighty.
There'll be some adversity
third
for people.
year in a row.
Yeah.
It's for a fucking third year in a row. Dude, there was this bad meme I saw, and it was so when the Ukrainian war started, it was there's a guy, it's got the Ukraine, like Europe, and the European flags flying behind him, and it's when your ancestral calling finally calls you to Europe to die, and like calling back, like going all the way back to the French and English wars and all that. It's like you're finally, your birthright gets to call you home to Europe to die. Israel and Pakistan start fighting, or whatever, Israel and Hamas, and it's like, nope, going back to the fucking desert to die.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, getting called back to the fucking desert.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going for another, when the Catholic Church invaded the Middle East, Crusades, going for another crusade.
People forget Catholics killed a lot of people in the name of Jesus.
More than pretty much anybody else. I don't know. The only other ones might be Hindu, whoever, the Mongol.
I know what you're talking about.
Genghis Khan.
Khan.
Like, other than him, yeah.
I don't think he was doing it in the name of Jesus Christ, though.
No, that's what I mean. It's like, other than like Christianity, like he's like the only other person, like religious, like minded, that killed half the fucking known world.
Yeah. I don't know how we got here. We were talking about when's a Numa Sera.
Because kind of Numa Sera's doing English European bullshit. Yeah. They're kind of pulling Roman Empire.
Those poor cat people.
Oh man, dude, that was a weird, interesting twist. I mean, we get the whole start where one of the court talkers, I don't even know, court members,
the council.
Yeah, the council.
If we're comparing it to Game of Thrones, it's the council where the Hand of the King talks to Littlefinger and the spider and all that.
Yeah. Which I don't know why the cat people like shocked me, because there's literally a dude that's kind of like a monkey
alien
looking dude. It's like,
I need them to explain him.
Yeah, like right there, there's a,
because he doesn't have the ears to be a cat person.
Yeah, there's a non-human race right there. And then when the Moran showed up, it's like, oh wow, where the hell did this come from? We've got magic and shit. I'm like, this doesn't. Then he showed back up like 2 pages later. I'm like, oh yeah, I should have known there was more than a human race running around. But yeah, I mean, this was literally like the Roman Empire. Like, just fucking sea to fucking shining sea will be our empire.
I guess we can talk about what would you consider, like, let's say the 3 major storylines were the princess having to find her suitor or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy that was friends with her when they were kids but had to run.
Yeah, he's a stable boy.
Yeah, and then
now he's running around as the night hand.
Yeah, aid to the third storyline. I guess she's not a princess anymore because Numa Sera is now like forcing everybody.
Dinavalian territory. Her father was the
king.
I guess king. Yeah, was a
is
king
now
until
a lord.
Yeah, bent the knee to Numa Sera.
Which this basically starts off with the king of Numa Sera, who is the princess's dad before his council murders him. He was rapidly trying to take over the entire continent. Yeah. No. Yeah. Rapidly took over the entire continent, and now you have all these former kings that are now lords. A handful of them aren't exactly fans of what's going on. No. Or what happened. So.
Well, I mean, kind of one of the.
But now the dad's not there to handle the repercussions. Yeah. Now it's this teenage girl who's having to figure it all out.
Which even the council says in a group to themselves is like, she's perfect. She does what we tell her to.
They groomed her.
She thinks she's doing it her way, yet we're steering the boat.
Yeah.
We've already put the boat in motion. She's just holding the tiller to get us there.
Until we get to the one city that has slaves.
Yeah. Freeing the Moran slaves, which was definitely going to come back to bite her in the ass.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're already plotting to kill her.
That kind of kicked off
whatever that kingdom is that does have them enslaved, bent the knee to her father specifically. Yeah, only if they let them keep the slaves.
Yeah, well, they had slaves to begin with, and then they got
we're only bending the knee if we get to keep them.
Yeah, and then we conquered this town. We get to now get them as slaves. We won't even use our own people as slaves. Just our own people. We get the Moranians as well. Yeah. Then you get what looks like a desert group of folks that's also in the ice part of the world. That confused me because like when you meet them, they're wearing no shirts. They're looks like a desert.
That is like the fourth plot. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're Vikings. They look like Vikings to me. They're kind of portraying like Viking raider pirates, barbarians.
Again, if we were comparing it to Game of Thrones, I would say they're like the people north of the wall. But I don't think there's a wall. They're just so far out that they haven't been conquered by Numa Sera yet.
And they're also crossing these ice bridges to get back to the mainland
to the continent.
To the continent,
but the ice bridges are melting.
Correct.
And the main son is not. He's a non-violent person, so.
But he is violent. He definitely
has capability.
When he wanted to, he definitely fucking put some ass into it.
He doesn't see the point of violence just for violence, though.
Right. Like, let's do this strategically. If we need to fight, we need to fight. If not, let's just get the fuck on out of here and go home.
The only time, or the only reason he chose to go on like the war raid is because his brother couldn't go unless he went to.
Right, and he's family loyal, so it's like, no, I won't hold my brother back just because I don't want to do anything.
Although the one chick's brother that was sent to handle them at the fort, they all got captured by that one tribe. I don't know who the fuck that was.
By almost Wonder Woman, Amazonian, almost like an Amazonian group.
All women. It was a group all women.
Yeah, and they just wanted 7 men, and they were counting down. They were counting down to kill.
I wonder what they're going to be using them for.
I'm going to go with those. What they're going to claim is they're the 7th strongest survivors. They're the 7th strongest men, which then they'll use to boost.
We'll get a handful of people pregnant.
Yeah, they're going to breed. They're going to be the fathers of the next generation.
Yeah, and then guess what? You get to die, and you better have girls.
Did you ever watch Futurama? I'm sure. Snoo Snoo.
Yeah, that's a good episode.
Snoo Snoo. That's exactly what's happening. What I'm thinking is about to happen is Snoo Snoo.
Oh yeah,
like they're there solely to be ridden until they die.
That show got brought back, didn't
it? Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Is it disappointing like all the other things being brought back?
I didn't even give it enough time to try.
Yeah,
I turned it on. They went through the opening credits,
and
then I was just like, I don't want to.
like Of all the things we could have brought back, we did.
It was literally one of those.
I mean, it stood up with like all the other adult animation shows.
It's
definitely earned its place
American
there.
Dad, yeah.
But let's be honest, the one we all really want back is King of the Hill.
Not gonna lie, you reanimate King of the Hill, bring it back to like modern, like be fucking perfect.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about the Marine freaked me out. It's like, oh, there's a different race. They literally bring in for the girls, like almost like they're the empresses. It's almost like a coronation day, almost like 4th of July, and it's a fucking, I don't even know, Goliath elephant, but it's not an elephant thing.
Some weird animal.
Yeah. So it's like there are weird, crazy. There's so much there's so much else that's in this world that they haven't
gotten to like. They've shown glimpses of the fantasy other than the Morans. Yeah. They haven't dove deep into it. Like we didn't really get deep into their magic system or anything like that.
Like we know there's magic
it was because heavy on the politics.
Yeah, because it's setting up like pretty much like you're talking about, like a Game of Thrones-esque. Like the king, the emperor, has overstepped his bounds. He's used everybody else to fight his war, to extend his war, and now everybody's like, look, his daughter's running it. She's not good.
Yeah.
We either need to stand together and separate, or we stand together and we stay with her.
And we don't necessarily know whose side we're on.
Right. Like all of them, even as they're talking, they're like, are we together?
Yeah.
Are we not? Hang on.
If you're scrolling through that book, it's like 200 pages though.
No. I went back. I just needed a title.
Okay.
The Denevale. We get a glimpse of their magic, or not magic, but when they go up to that castle.
Oh yeah.
That dude. The dude, good, bad, or just indifferent?
You talking about the one with the maze in there? That's not actually a maze.
Yeah. That was just
a trap.
Well, it was just,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's just a straight up trap.
That's the White Walker lady.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good.
That's point. What she's gonna be.
Yeah, this is very. The more we talk, this is. Very it's not Game of Thrones, but
if we broke down every fantasy series, you could be like, here's all the kingdoms that face each other.
Yeah.
Here's the one that's outside, but will eventually come in to fight. Here's the magic villain that'll just tear through everybody's that are fighting over politics.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we could break it all down. I'm just, as we say it out loud, it just gets.
And Davis just froze up on me again.
It gets funnier.
So we'll see how this goes. Bet.
Not funnier, but just kind of like
you froze up on me.
Like shit. I know. I just stopped talking.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like I got so intrigued because it was enough to grab you. Of like, here's real world politics. Here's a touch of the magic. Here's people we don't really know or understand.
Yeah,
and they're all fucking interesting. It's like the Moran guy that got stabbed. Like he got stabbed, gutted, survived, beaten, survived, almost drowned, survived.
Was a slave for a long time.
Do they just have extreme healing properties, or is it like their hearts are in a different place, or like just? I mean, the dude was pretty much damn near crucified. He had 2 spears in him.
Cats do have 9 lives.
Well, he spent 3 in the one issue we read.
Yeah,
or in the one issue that they were shown in. I liked the draw. I liked that story. Like just that alone.
Oh yeah. The art throughout the entire thing was good.
Yeah. I liked how they changed up that art as well for that for the Moran story art, and told it from the Moranian point of view. Where the Numa Sera were foreign. Like you didn't understand what the Numa Seras were saying. Venit Venidorum, for honor for family. That's the Moran creed. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
What?
I mean, I love watching you nerd out, but at almost midnight before I have to go to work.
Yeah, I gotta be at
because
the
we said
office
we were going to keep
before.
this one under an hour. So, or
Yeah.
50 minutes. It's great. I'm going to be very disappointed if this book doesn't keep going, but you can never tell with indie books nowadays. So.
Yeah, because I think when I was scrolling and looking, like originally, like how this got started, I think it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That, like it was just a straight up Kickstarter just to even get started.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I need to be on the lookout for the next Kickstarter. Hopefully,
Yeah,
it passed.
Because I would.
I'd back it.
I'd back this one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That
would explain why it's so expensive to find a paper copy of this one.
Oh yeah. July 5th, 2022 is when this came out.
Okay.
I mean, and they're calling it Volume 1, so they're acting like they're getting ready for a Volume 2.
Mm-hmm. And there's no single issue, so it seems like they're just cutting the fat and going straight to volumes, which I don't hate.
Hey, I will take it.
Yeah, as a guy who doesn't buy singles anymore, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's not really. I thought I could get a quick.
Yeah, no.
That's
a in the morning when I'm thinking clear Google.
Yeah, it's not just a quick little update, because I mean the most recent updates from over a year ago, or the first couple I've clicked on. It's like, oh yeah, the Volume 1's coming out July.
Probably have to go check that per the writer or somebody's Twitter, but
yeah, Instagram, something like that.
Do you have a shit list?
I do. Do you?
I do, but I want you to go first.
Alrighty. So, starting December the 4th, this year, the ongoing saga of comixology and Kindle will be resolved. Well, partly resolved. The comixology app will no longer exist. It will be folded into the. So I've got it on the Kindle, and I read in the comixology app.
Yeah.
If you read it on your computer, it's already takes you to the Amazon login and it reads it through Kindle. Like I've got it up right now. It's Kindle Reader. The app will be the comixology app will become the Kindle, will be folded into the Kindle app on December the 4th. And I'm pissed. Just more fucking changes coming to
You just like completely ruined any semblance of a good day that I was having.
Sorry, buddy. Which, I mean, you read it on. Oh yeah, because you get the iPad comixology.
But now I got to download a new app. It's probably going to be worse.
Yeah. So if you get on the comixology app on your iPad, it doesn't give you like this app will no longer, like you're being merged in X days or whatever.
I haven't gotten on it since I was reading. So.
Okay, that happened in like the last week or two. I noticed it. So
yeah,
it must have been this.
I haven't gotten on there since like the Thursday before I came up when you were sick.
Yeah. So yeah, they are. The comixology app will be folded on. I think it's December the 4th. Yeah, and the Kindle, I can go ahead and tell you, the Kindle Reader is not on my Kindle is not great. So there goes more of the comixology that we loved. And
what happens to comixology Unlimited?
Like what we pay for?
Yeah.
Oh, it just stays. You know how, remember those books I had to actually get on Amazon to order? That's now how it'll have to be.
I mean, like, I have to do that all the time anyways.
Oh, see, that's
except for the Kindle, free one. Except for the free
Kindle
ones.
App, the way since I'm on an Amazon Kindle, I could stay within the comixology app and go to Discover and then just pay for it one touch. Now I would assume it's going to take me to Kindle, like it's going to be on the Kindle Reader, and I'm going to have to go to Amazon now. Like when I go to see book details, it's going to take me to the Amazon app.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to then have to buy and download from. Like I'm going to have to download it in a separate app, back into the Kindle reader.
I mean, I already have to do that, except for the ones that were included with comixology that I could just hit in that. But see, my thing is you know how many times we've just picked books because we were on the browse page?
Yes.
I have a feeling that's just not going to exist anymore.
I would not be shocked. Because like even like right now, like when I was looking up Department of Truth, it says like I'm in the comixology app, but I'm just on Amazon. Yeah. And instead of you like giving you a paperback as your first option, it's saying Kindle is your first option. Like it's you know how it just highlights like your first choice. Like it's just like okay, yeah, you can go straight to Kindle first.
See, mine when they first combined it, if you had an iPad, you were already having to go to Amazon.com.
Yeah.
And say you want to look at a Red Hood comic book, you type in Red Hood to Amazon.com.
Yeah.
The first thing that popped up to me was a Red Hood T-shirt.
Not even the comic.
Yeah.
Jesus. So then you have to dig it.
You literally have to go Red Hood volume whatever, and then go find it.
Jesus. Yeah, So yeah, the ongoing.
Can't just type in a character's name.
Yeah, so the ongoing shit show that is the comixology Amazon merger finally seems like it's coming. Like the final merger is about to happen. Like this will be the final. Like comixology will not exist other than an entity. Like just other than that's who you're paying now for your monthly subscription.
I want a capitalist free market. I just want some people to say, you know what, I'm not going to sell my thing because I know I have a good thing.
Like comixology was good. Like it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And they just sold for money. Like they didn't need to, but they just sold for money. And Amazon's like, all right, we'll take it.
I'm sure the upkeep and server, I'm sure there were costs,
but the amount of money you had to been getting, like the folks, like I don't know. I just
although if Amazon came to me right now and was like, hey, we'll buy 2 Idiots Reading Comics.
Fuck it. All right, let's go.
Knowing how much y'all pay people for shit that only works half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Mine's not going to be as good as that. Mine was going to be the guy who just kept coming up to me at my brother's wedding and showing me the score of the Auburn game. Yeah. So. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hound you on that one anymore.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Next week, Lock and Key is it volume 4?
4, yeah.
4, yeah.
And 3
the
week
more after that. Yeah.
One Piece volume 2.
2 more after that. There's only 6.
I thought it was 7.
No, there's 6.
Okay.
There was like some weird spin-off thing, but I looked at it. It didn't look like it pertained to us.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll know when we know, folks.
Yeah. The week after that, One Piece, and I'll be honest, One Piece was a very nice and easy read.
Oh, that was smooth. It was so fast.
Once you got out of the origin book, it's just like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
And yeah, we'll talk about it more when we get to that episode. But we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.